Hello, boys and girls. It's Miss Preller here with your skills block lesson of the day. For today's lesson, you are going to need paper and maybe a marker because at the end of the lesson, we're going to make some sight word flashcards. But for the beginning of the lesson, you won't need any materials. You can pause the video and get those materials now, or you can pause it later on when we need them. Now, our first learning target today is I can follow along in a shared text. And in this case, that shared text is a poem. And our second target is I can listen for the missing rhyming word. Remember that rhyming words are two words that end the same way. So as I read our poem, I may pause at a part that is missing a rhyme, and I'm going to ask you to fill it in. Here's our poem song. Now let's read the poem line by line. We'll figure out the words used all the time. When we read together, we sound like one. Start with me to have lots of fun. My voice cracked a little. It's okay. So our poem launch. This is a story about why this poem was written, and it's a pretty cool story. One day, when I was in kindergarten, my teacher asked us to think of a game we could play. One of the boys in my crew, our teacher liked to call our class a crew because a crew is a group of people who work together to do something, and we were just like that. He had an idea. His name was Hank. Hank told us about this game called One Thing We All Like to Do. We pretended that there was a lake with an island in the middle. Someone would swim out to the island and would say something like, "One thing we all like to do is jump." And anyone who would like to jump would swim to the island, and then they would say, "One thing we all like to do is jump." And anyone who didn't like to jump would just stay on the riverbank. That was fine. Not everybody always likes to do all the same things. I wrote a poem for you about that day. Listen really closely as I read this poem. This poem has our new mystery words. As I read it, you can be thinking about which words you hear a lot. Remember, our mystery words are words that are used all the time. Okay, so here's our poem, One Thing We All Like to Do. Because our target is I can listen for the rhyming words, when I get to words that rhyme, I'm going to pause. And if you think you know what that word might be, I want you to jump in with the rhyming word. And I may even choose to highlight it, okay? One day, my class had to say one game that we all could play. Say play. One kid named Hank said to the crew, "How about one thing we all like to do?" Crew do. I swam to the middle and tried not to sink. I said, "One thing we all like to do is blink." Sink, blink. I gave you a little clue on that one because it was kind of hard. Not all my friends swam out to me. Some of them stayed on the bank, but we all had such fun that when we were done, fun and done, listen to those rhyming words, we said, "Thank you, friend Hank. That was a really good one." Fun and one rhyme. I realized that I highlighted me, but it doesn't have a rhyming word, so I'm going to fix that mistake. So our rhyming words in this poem were words like say and play, crew and do, sink and blink, fun, done, and won. So there were quite a few rhyming words, and you notice they were mostly at the end of our sentences. A lot of authors, when they write poems, they put the rhyming words at the end just like that, but not always. Sometimes they're in the middle too. We're going to move on to our second target. Our second target is I can use clues from the text to identify the mystery words. So let's sing our mystery word song. I bet you know it, so please sing along with me. Let's solve the mystery. Let's solve the mystery. Clue by clue, clue by clue. The clues will tell you what to do to make the word become clear to you. We'll know the word. We'll figure it out. Clue by clue, clue by clue. Okay, so we have two mystery words this week. Here is our first mystery word. I'm going to actually type down here with our clues. So the first mystery word starts with the which is the WH sound. the w sound. And it has an I sound in the middle. What says I? You're right, I. And it ends with ch. That ch is CH. So we have w, itch, witch. Our mystery word is witch. Which is spelled W-H-I-C-H, witch. So now we're going to play Tell Me the Missing Letter. I'm going to make a letter disappear, and I need you to tell me what it is. Are you ready? C. I. W-H. What's missing in which? C-H. Let's spell the whole thing now. Ready? W-H-I-C-H. What does that spell? Witch. Now, I always like to teach a sentence that goes with our sight word, and this sentence says, which toy do you pick? So the boy is at the toy store, and he's looking around, and his mom might say, which toy do you pick? You try reading it. Which toy do you pick? Touch which in the sentence. There it is, witch. Now this is different than the word witch, like a witch who has a broom and a pointy hat. This is which, like when you're deciding between a few things and we say which one do you want or which toy do you pick. So which is our first mystery word. Our second mystery word has 3 letters in it. So I'm going to have a space for 3 letters down here. It starts with the sh digraph. What 2 letters say sh? That's right, S-H. And it ends with the long E sound. The long E sound means that E is saying its name. So we have sh, E, she. That's right, our mystery word is she. Now there's something I want you to notice about she. She is just he with the S at the beginning. So it's she. So if you know the word he, she is going to be really easy for you to learn. And our sentence says, she is at school. A lot of these words we know. Let's read it again. She is at school. Great job. So, normally I like to use my index cards. If you have some at home, those are great to use, but I don't have those at my house, so I'm just using a blank piece of white paper, and I'm going to be writing down my words, and then I'll cut them in half. So, the first word is which. Which is spelled W-H-I-C-H. So, I'm going to make it nice and big because I want to be able to see these from far away. W H I C H. Which. Okay? I'll let you finish writing your sight word. Good. Now the next word is she. So I'm gonna kind of just go down towards the bottom part of my paper now, and I'm gonna write down she, which is S-H-E. She. I know it looks a little crooked on the camera. It's straight on my paper. So go ahead and write she. Now I'm going to show you how to turn this into sight words or into flashcards. So I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut right down the middle. And then I have which and she. And I'm going to tape these maybe at my bedroom door, maybe on the refrigerator, or in a hallway that I walk through all the time, so that every time I walk by, just like how we say passwords at school, you hit it and you read it. Because the more we see our sight words, the better we get at them. My reflection question of the day is, what can we do to help ourselves get high frequency words into our memories? High frequency words are just another word for sight words, words that come up all the time that we want to know in a snap. So how can we get those into our memories so that when we're reading, we know them right away? Well, today we made flashcards so that those words can be posted around your house and you can practice them. Reading books is another great way to help you learn sight words. And lastly, writing words a lot. Writing sentences helps you practice your sight words. So make sure you practice those flashcards we made, and I can't wait to learn with you again tomorrow.